is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live unboxing here with AstroPrinter. For those who do not know me, my name is Liam. If you have not already, as I agree with what Jerry said, if you have not already liked, subscribed, and ding that bell so you get notified when I go live or post any videos, please do so now. Now is a good time. So how is everyone this Saturday morning? It's morning for me. I don't know where you are. I know for Jerry it's really early morning. It's just 8 a.m. For me it is 11, just past 11 a.m. So it's heading towards noon. And let's say hi to everybody out there. So I'm looking down here because I have a screen here with my chat on it. So hey Jerry, hey Jesse, good morning. Hi Audra, Chris Mink, howdy. Matt Germain, depending on who you're talking to. How are you, sir? Carl, all the way over in the UK. Good afternoon. And 1977, all out. I do not know where you're from. You are new to my channel, I believe. But hi, welcome to the channel. If you have not already done so, click that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up so we get notified and ding that bell. So how's everyone doing out there? First of all, please let me know how the audio is doing. Is the audio good? Is the video good? Is there any issues with it? Please chime in, let me know, because you're the reason why I'm here to show you this product. So I want to make sure that I'm delivering good content and good information to you. Vincent, 1977 all out, his name is Vincent. Okay. So how is the audio and how is the video? Someone give me some feedback. And it's 7 o'clock or 1700 hours, 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Audra, video and audio is good. Okay, excellent. So we are here today to have a look at this new printer. It's not a big printer, but you don't always need a big resin printer, right? If you're doing miniatures all the time for games and whatever, you do not need a large 4K or 8K printer that can print your head. It is not required. What you need is something that will print the size of the product that you're trying to produce, right? Thank you, Jesse and Chris, saying audio video is good. Excellent. So, so this is a 2K printer. Now, I know nothing about this. There is no documentation online about this printer. They haven't released it yet. So we are going to figure out what it can and can't do, and even the size and capacity of it together. They have no information out about this. I crawled their websites, their support sites and everything. There is no documentation. They have not yet released this machine. So it's a TEK100 from 3DTalk. 3DTalk are based out of, the company is actually called Jiangsu O-Ring 3D Technologies is their name. Now, they're not new to 3D printing. This company has been around a long time. They have specialized in dental work. So they specialize in 3D printers. They've done a little bit of FDM, but they're mostly aimed at 3D printers for dentists, for braces and for false teeth and for I don't know, like Invisalign is. If you, those of you who don't know, Invisalign are actually 3D printed. So this is what the type of stuff that this company does. So they've been doing it for a long time, and they've done a few consumer-based printers, like some FDM, a couple of resins. But this is their latest offering in the resin series. So let's have a look. Let's see what else out there. Everything's good. Audio's good. Okay. So what's happening with everyone today? Today we started out with rain. We have sunshine. It's not going to stick around for long. I know it's not going to stick around for long. The forecast says it's going to be bad later on. I was going to do some astronomy later on. For those who don't know, I'm into astronomy and physics and science as well. And I was going to do some astronomy this evening, but the weather doesn't look favorable for that. Right, let's get into this. As I said, I know nothing about this printer. I couldn't even find documentation on it, so I don't know what to expect. So let's open up the box. And let's see what's inside. Okay, so we have a warranty card. So it comes with warranty. I do not know how long the warranty is. I'm guessing 12 months, but you actually get a warranty card with the printer. Let's see what's underneath that. Yeah, let me take out this foam. Okay. So inside we have a printer, which is a nice grey dome. Let's take this out. So that's our top cover. Makes a great helmet. What was that robot for? Was it Lost in Space where he went around and he had a dome like this? Be great for Halloween. Witchcraft is a story. I'm Matt. That's funny. So more foam, more stuff for the landfill. Okay, so inside we have another added area where we have our build plate, a power supply, and USB, it looks like. So let's take that out. You know, I really need a shorter table at this point. Okay, so in here we have our build area. This is our build plate. It's not super big, but I'm not expecting it to be. We have a power supply, which is nice because most of the power is actually run in the machine. And it's a 110 220 volts, so it'll actually work here in the States. We'll need that in a moment. We have a nice USB key. Actually says 3DTalk on it. Let me do the close-up camera. Let me take it out of the bag, you can see it better. This is 3DTalk. Nice. And then we have, go back to the main camera, and then we have our required spatula for stirring up and for cleaning the vat. Is there anything else in there? Nope. Let's see what else is in here. Okay, I'm going to put this on the floor, it's easier. This is very light actually. So that's our main printer. And in the bottom, I have an Allen key set and a spatula. I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything out of the box. So it's really light. Dusty. Let's see how it goes. Let's see, build plate. I'll have to power it up to move that. Do I need to? Oh, I don't. I can actually move it by hand. Take that out of there. Let's see. Matt German, what time is it for you? Okay. So, if anyone, I don't know the build volume of this. I do not know. Okay. First thing, that cable is super short. It's a bit too short, I would say. For anybody who needs a bit more length, and most people need 3 or 4 feet, maybe 5 feet of cable, that's probably 1 meter in length. So that's a little bit on the short side. I will recommend them to change this. One thing you want to know on the back, you have the power, and the USB is actually right here in the back of the printer. Now, I like the USB in the front or the side because it's easy to get access, but it's what they give us. The vat it feels like it's ABS. And so we release the vat. I like these. You don't have these bolts up here you have to deal with to try to figure out and line them up with the holes underneath. It's actually nice. Dust. Can't print when you got dust. Actually, let me clean the screen. I have some alcohol swiped here. Hey Jesse, how are you? Oh, sorry, Jake. Sorry, forgive me. I quickly glanced and I took a double take before I realized. So let me clean this down with a bit of IPA. This is just lens cleaners for your glasses, but they're ideal for doing this type of stuff. It'll just dry off in a moment. This is fairly clean. I don't want to put IPA on that. So, nice and easy to set up. So let's figure out what this printer can do. I'm forgiven, thank you. That's so kind of you. Hey Anna, how are you? All the way from the Netherlands, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. I'm sorry, I got a really bad memory. I believe you're in the Netherlands. So let's see how it looks first of all assembled. Let's put this on. Nice, easy assembly. Actually, I'm going to use that wipe to clean off. What are you wearing, Jake? That's funny, Chris. What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? The only one problem is he'll answer you. So, let's see how it looks. This is a pretty little printer. Let's see how this is kind of okay. It's a bit clumsy to put together, but it's okay. That's a nice little printer, actually. It looks kind of good. Let me bring up the close-up camera to see what you think of it. So that's not a bad little looking printer. It does look like the robot out of the was it Lost in Space? The original series of Lost in Space, where you had a helmet like this. It kind of does look like that. Now they do have a filter in here. I've noticed that they actually have a fan with I'm guessing a filter in here that filters out. Now I don't know how you gain access to that. To change filters, I don't see anywhere to do so. But it looks like assembly of this is simple enough, with a couple of bolts here and a couple of bolts underneath, just along here, and you can take the case apart. So if you need to get in there, it'll be easy enough. Interesting. Watch this. This is a beta machine, first of all. So let's have a close up here. You see this? That's rust. And here. But this is a beta machine. I will be reporting this back. What about this side? This side looks okay, but there was a little bit of rust on the far side. So I will let them know that that you need to watch for that in their quality control. So we power it up. Let's see here. Carl had to stop stalking me. I think you mean Matt. Yeah. So that Z gantry looks like it's formed steel metal with linear rail bolted through tapped holes. It does look like a little egg. Yeah, so it is formed steel attached to a linear rail in the back. You are correct. And again, this is the same. It's linear rail with an aluminum block in the head. It does have an anti-backlash nut. Let me bring it up close up again. You can see. It does have an anti-backlash nut here, and this is all formed steel, so it should be okay. It should be, and it's not a very tall printer, so you're not dealing with a lot of Z wobble there. It does use optical sensors right down here. I'm not sure you can see that, but it has optical sensors in there. So let's see how it goes. Let's power it on and see what happens. Okay, I'll move the close-up camera over here so we can see what's going on. 2-in-1 close-up, so we can see the close-up camera. So it's a nice, actually looking UI. We have tools, and in there we have, let me see here, manual, exposure test, set Z0, clear raw material, or clean raw material. I would assume is to expose the whole screen, and stop. Let's go back. It's a very responsive UI. Actually, it's nice. System. We have after sales service. I'll click on it in a moment. Languages. Let's see what languages it supports. Chinese, Mandarin, Korean, Australian, Canadian, and American English, Japanese, French, Dutch, Italian, Spanish. It supports a big selection. Turkish. That's actually a nice selection of languages. So we select English again. Confirm. I like that it actually asks you to confirm the language you're going to choose. TP adjust. Oh, that's for your touchscreen for sensitivity. Confirm. Confirm. That's nice, so you can calibrate your screen. I don't know if you can see that because of the light. Actually, I'm sorry. I just realized the light is shining on that screen. I'm sorry. And then we go back out. So let's see what this call number is. Oh, it's their phone number, their their Facebook, and their service email address, and their website. So let's see if you can see it. Get up closer to that and see if you can see it better. There. I do not know. I don't know what board is in it. I can't tell if it's Chitsu. I'm not sure. It could be their own design. Giovanni, how are you, sir? So it looks good so far. It looks like a nice little setup. Now I have two types of resin with me. Now they do not ship resin. The reason why is you cannot ship resin by air. It has to go by sea. It's not allowed to be shipped by air. So they did not ship resin, but I do have resin here. I have two types. I have the iForm 181 standard resin, which is skin toned color from Yusu, right? I have some of that, and I have M68 tough resin, which is like an ABS type of resin. This is from a Resin, R-E-S-I-O-N-E. This is actually good. I like this resin. It's actually very, very low odor. I like this resin, but this is white, so white doesn't always show up great on camera. But I have this one, or I have the skin tone. So you choose which you want to see. Let me know. And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to get the SD card and plug it into my computer and see what's on it. Let's see here. My USB. Yep. Let's see what's on that SD card. Where am I? There we go. The SD card is even labeled 3DTalk. Oh, they have a cleaning tool STL. They have software. Okay, it comes with Chitsu box is what it comes with, and they have no. Oh, I have the manual here. Let me look at the manual. because I do not know anything about this printer. I don't even know its build volume. So let's have a look at the manual. Actually, let me see if I can. Where am I? I'm going to share my screen and take me out of the image so we can have a look at this together. So this is the operation manual, the TEK100, which is the right machine, first version. Let's have a look at the product description. Okay, this is normal warnings about lower the cabin. Okay, that means you print with the cover on, wearing appropriate protective goggles, mask protective gloves. Good. It's nice that they're actually warning people about that. Okay, these are all good warnings. Let's have a look. I'm going to skip past this, and I want to have a look at the dimensions of it. So, protective cover, front side, printing platform, resin vat. It comes with power supply, build platform, vat, disc, flat shovel or flat spatula. Hex wrenches it does have. Let's see, its build volume, that's a printer size. The build volume is a 128 by 81 by 150. So 150 is the z-axis, the 128 is the width, and the 81 is the y-axis in depth. Let's see, it is a 2K it's 2K resolution, 4 or 5 nanometer USB resin, which is normal. 3.5 inch touchscreen. It does STLs, OBJs, and it creates CTBs, which is commonly used in Jitsu. Detachable integrated resin tank with replaceable film. Right, materials compatible with 110, 220, 50 watts, Windows 7 or higher. I don't know anybody who uses Windows 7 anymore, but yes, they have it listed here. Heat and humidity, they say is keep it warm, but we know that. Hey SPC, how are you? I didn't see you sneaking in. Hi, there's any specs in the literature included in the box of the printer, or does it have a monochrome screen? I do not, but it's a 2K. I do not believe it's monochrome. They have not said. As I said, I'm learning about this printer with you as we go. If it's a mono screen or not, I'm guessing not. But I could be wrong. Touch interface. Yeah, I don't see anything about. Let me scroll down through these menus quickly, and I'll see if they give recommended. We can tell by recommended print settings per layer. Bottom layer is 4. Delay before curing. Lift distance. Let's see what else it says here. So layer thickness, they recommend a point up to 0.1 or 0.05. Going by this layer distance, I'm guessing it is not a mono screen, because if it was and it's designed and this is for dental material, so that's what they're recommending here. Let's see if they have any others. Locking down, leveling. We know how to do all of that. They recommend leveling with a sheet of paper, so I'll have to go grab a sheet of paper. Some do, some don't. Clean it down. Okay. See what else is in here. Printing process. Print. Leveling. Home first and level. Then cleaning the part. Zero lag. Excellent. That's good to know. That's their UV curing station that they sell. It's often used in medical environments. How to change your VAT, which is nice. A lot of companies do not explain how that is done. Material storage. There's a lot of good content actually in here. So, I do not believe it is a I don't believe it's a mono. Going by by the way it's describing it. So I want to do one thing though. I want to check out on the SD card, is there a model in there? There's one in there. There's one file. Let's see what this file is. I'm going to open it and cure it to see what it looks like. And it's an STL, so I need to slice it. I think I have Chitsu on this machine. Did it open yet? No. Let's see what this model is. It's a cleaning tool. And it's probably something small. Okay. The model that comes with it. Let me maximize this. And I'm going to share that screen again. 1 second. So the model that comes with it is this. So it's a cleaning tool, is what they say. So let's see what it is. Okay. But I have to slice it. There is no pre-sliced models that come with it. I will have to set up. I think I have Chitsu box on this machine. Let me just check. I don't. That's fine. I'll just install the Chitsu box that they provided anyway. And there is a config file there, so I'll just import their config file. Just one moment, and I don't have Chitsu box on this machine. Most companies provide pre-sliced, and they haven't. So I will install it. Just one moment, everybody. It shouldn't take long. Oh, installer integrity has failed. So I have to go download Chitsu box. Okay. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm going to have to download and install Chitsu box on this machine because it's download the basic version. I have the license for the Pro. I just don't have it on this machine. Okay, that's Chitsu box. Advertising. Did the download happen? Well, just 1 second, guys. I'm going to mute this desktop audio. Just give me a second because that's annoying. That's Chitsu box advertising. Where is my download? Do they have an option here for 3DTalk? They do not. Let's try that again. Chitsu box makes it really awkward. There we go. Mute that. Okay. Download. Continue. Let's get this downloaded. Hey Marlon, how are you? I hate that you have to log into Chitsu box to download it. I really do. Okay, sorry guys, this is downloading. Give me a moment. Thought you were going to have some karaoke. You're first up to sing, Matt. It's all on you. I will not be singing karaoke because I do not want to damage anyone's eardrums. I'll save you that pain. Okay, just let me get a sheet of paper. Give me 1 second. I need to get a sheet of paper for leveling. Okay, so while we're waiting on that to download, which, oh, it's just done. So, okay, let me install this and close down the ChichuBox site because I don't want that stuff opened. It's just eating up bandwidth that I don't have and I don't need. Right. So we're going to level this while we're waiting. Let's take out the VAT. And we have a sheet of paper in here. Then we need to get our wrenches. You cracked the screen of the printer with your voice. Yeah, well, you know, when I start singing, the crows start leaving the area. So I do not want to inflict that pain on anyone else. Okay, come on. There you go. I'm guessing it's this one. Nope. Wrong guess. So to level the bed on these, you have to loosen these. For those of you who do not have resin printers, you have to loosen these up so it moves freely. On both sides, and then you have to you home the printer. Somebody's sending me messages, I don't know who it is. Probably somebody saying hi on Facebook. So you have to level the bed, so that you have to loosen this up first of all. And then you go into your menu. And you go back. And you go to Tools. And you do it is Tools, right? Go to Tools, Manual, and you have to hit the Home button. And it moves fast. Man, this moves fast. And it's not super quiet, but it moves fast. And when it's printing, it moves so little anyway, it's probably not an issue. So, you hold down once this is in place, you hold it down, and then you tighten these up. And I'm sure Jerry out there, if you'll find issue with some of the stuff I'm doing, because Jerry has done more work on resin printers than most people I know. Our Matt is not here from 3D Printing Noobs, but he's also one of these people that lives and breathes resin printers and less FDM. I'm more FDM than resin, but I do a mixture of both. So let's see, get these tightened up. What was Jerry sending me a message? I'll read it later. I will, Jerry. Don't worry. As soon as we're done here, or if we have a moment in between, I will read it. Make sure I get these snugged in. Okay. Leveling is done. So we just move up. That is not quiet. But I suppose, let's see how it goes when it's actually printing. Let's move it all the way up. Let's set it to 10 millimeters. And while we're doing that, we'll do the ChichuBox install. Sorry, trying to multitask here. Agree, go, let it run. Okay. Get that up out of my way. So apparently the screen is attached over here. This is a connector, and I'm sure it goes down inside into the board. So we'll have to, I will open it at some point to see what it looks like on the inside. So that's leveled. Let's get our VAT in place. It is an ABS VAT. Matt German, take your printers to bed. You take your printers to bed with you. Matt German, you take your printers to bed with you. Okay? That is too much information. We do not need to know that. So, that's levels. So, have you decided which resin am I going to use? The white, which is very bright and it will stand out. Okay, or, sorry, I'm trying to do multiple, or do you want to do this, the flesh toned from Yusu? Let me know which resin you want me to use, the white or the flesh toned. I've done some stuff in the flesh tone. If anyone's ever watched my streams, you've seen the articulating hand that I resin printed, and that's actually done in the flesh tone. So let me know, and we'll decide. So I'm still installing Chitu Box. I don't have it on this machine, so just give me a moment. Okay, turn that on. Okay, so Chitu's box is set up. So I need to do. Let me bring in a new printer. Where am I? So I'm going to bring in the model that they're selecting. Where am I? Okay, go away. I'll get the model that they have on their stick. Mine says white. Okay. Just give me a second. I need to set up a printer here. Okay, and I need to. Sorry guys, just 1 second. I need to just set up this printer. Okay, so we have a vote between what was the skin tone and the white. So import this profile from 3DTalk. Open. That looks right. And I'm going to name the profile 3DTalk. Or the TEK100. And their default settings is bottom layer count is 8 layers, layer height of 0.5, and they have recommended bottom layer exposure 50 seconds. At that amount of exposure time, there is no way it is a mono screen. That's a standard screen. Okay. Let's see, bottom light, machine. I'm just verifying the settings that's in her resin density, resin. Yeah. Yeah, this is a standard. This is not a mono screen for sure. So we have some Flesh tone, we have flesh with flesh. I'm sorry, Marlon, you've been outvoted. If anybody else has some input, please chime in. If not, we will be going with. I need to add supports to this because of the shape. I'm guessing I want to add for. Let's see, add supports. Everyone is saying skin tone, so I'm sorry, white. You're out of the picture. So while we have the skin tone there, let me just mix this up before we get ready to use it. Actually, I'm going to rotate that part before I do anything else with it because I want to see it printing as it goes. There. And I'm going to add some support. I'll add supports to this because it's curved top. Actually, let me share my screen. It'll be easier for you to see instead of you just looking at me clicking on the screen. So this is the part that we're going to print, and I'm going to put supports on it. That's not what I wanted. So I'm going to do supports, and I'm going to do all. Yes. First, let's remove all the platform. Select my part first. It'll be easier. So we're going to print that. Right now, I don't know how long this is going to take. I might actually change the layer down to a smaller layer because with its present settings, it's kind of it should be alright actually. Let's see how it goes. I don't know how long it'll take. So let's slice this, and we'll send it out to the printer. Oh, so Carl, you're going to do the opposite to what Matt picked, just because Matt picked it. Okay. That's justifiable. That's good enough for me. So this is saying it's going to be it's a 2-hour print. So let's run it. We'll not stay live for 2 hours and watch this thing print. I'll kick off the print. We'll see how it goes. If anything seems to be going okay, I will leave it at that, and then I'll come back later on. I will post videos on the outcome of the print, and I'll do a couple of other prints on it over the next few days anyway. So let's do save. And I'm going to save that out to my 3DTalk, out to the root of the 3DTalk folder. And cleaning tool. Yep, that'll work. Save. I don't have permission to save to my own. That's weird. Why don't I have permission to save a file to my own? What's going on here? Let's do a quick check. Yeah, I'm going to take off the screen here, go back to the main. Oh, what's happening? Properties. Guys, I may have to go to another machine to slice this because this is not letting me save to that SD card for some reason. Okay, I needed to step away for a second, so you can entertain yourself for a moment. I need to go to another machine and install and slice a file and put it on this disk. Give me one moment. For some reason, this machine does not want to cooperate. It's the first, because I've done lots of slicing on this machine. But give me a moment. Let me come back to you, and I'll get this sliced, and I'll be with you in a second. Jerry, sing a song while we're away. Okay, let's try that again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I disappeared. I had to try and get this working. So, let's see. I did a quick slice of the file. Let's see. Go back. Go back. Go to print. And let's see what files this list here. Sorry, I need to see the screen. It's very small. It's not previewing. It's not previewing for some reason. Yeah, I think it didn't slice right. Give me a second, guys. I need to double check one more thing on that SD card. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, let me come back to you again. I'm sorry. It didn't read that file for some reason. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay, what was happening was my printer for some reason, or Box thought it was doing a dot photon because it thought I had an Anycubic machine, which I don't. So let's try that again. We go to print. Is it STL? Let's see here. Is it here? There it is. Okay, so we're going to go with this resin. We all voted on the skin tone. So let's get this mixed up. This has been sitting on the shelf for months. I don't do an awful lot of resin, but I do some. Okay. Hey, Stephen. One last quick mix before I need to get out my gloves. Actually, before I start this at all, I want to cover my table, as we are dealing with resins, and resin can be nasty stuff. Okay, hope everyone can see that there. I need to get on my gloves. Never touch resin without gloves. Some people react to it more greater than others, so always glove up. Protects your skin. So let's get this out here. Okay. Let's pour in some resin in there. Get the vat fully submerged. Okay. This probably will not reuse much material anyway, but let's play it safe. Alright. So everything's ready. We have our file. Let me get up a close-up camera. I'll do the close-up camera mostly. So this is the file we want, so we click that file and we hit play. And there's a message on the screen which I can see. This lid fit is kind of weird. What does that message say? Different resolution. Confirm. What do you mean different resolution? It's saying that the different resolution with So I sliced it too fine. I'm sorry guys, I'll have to reslice this. Give me a second. Again, third time lucky they say. So I sliced it with a lower resolution. Let's try that again. Let's go back. We'll find the file again. Hit play. Keeps telling me it's a different resolution. There's a lot of toilet breaks. That's funny. I did set the right resolution in Chitterbox, and it's telling me I didn't, so I need to go slice this again, and this is weird. It was their profile, so their profile is probably what's wrong. 1 second, I need to redo this. Another toilet break, as you said, Carl. I didn't fall asleep off camera, don't worry. Their profile is telling me to use it has a resolution in it, and I imported their profile into Chitterbox when I sliced this, and it's telling me it's their different resolution. So the profile that they gave me that came with the printer is wrong for the printer. So I need to go redo this again. I'm sorry, I normally do it on this computer here, but this computer is having a problem reading the USB for here for some reason. It won't save to it. So I'm doing it on another computer in my office. So just give me 1 moment. That's not true, Louise. You know better than that. Let me add a piece. You know better that I like you. It's Matt we don't like. Okay, let's try this again. I went through it all. I'm cheating with gloves. Yeah, well, yes, you have to cheat with gloves. I went through the settings one by one. I checked everything compared to the documentation. Let's come out of this. Let's go back into print mode. Let's select our file. We hit print. Yes, finally. So their profile is wrong, which I've never seen happen before. Ooh, that comes down really fast. So the model is started. I will put the close-up camera over here so it's not reflecting off the screen. Right, yes. The first couple of layers are slow. 50 seconds is what they've set. So this is definitely not a high resolution or a mono screen. It's a 2K screen though, which means the resolution will be good. I've set the layer height to be 0.5, 0.2 I believe, 0.2. I didn't want to go too, I wanted to do it as fast as I could. It's only a first print. Hey tripod, how are you? Okay, I heard this is far from quiet. This I don't know what board they're using on this, or even the stepper motor they're using. I haven't opened it yet, but this is not quiet. Even the movement of the Z, you can hear it. And on most of the other printers, the resin I have, you don't hear it. So it's closed. So, anyone have any questions? Anyway, first of all, let's talk a little bit about the printer. It doesn't have a big print volume, but if you're doing small components, you do not need a big 4K or 8K ginormous, I want to print somebody's head printer. If you're doing small models, you do not need a big printer. You need a smaller printer, right? Because the amount of resin it takes to coat the vat on those bigger printers is, to put it mildly, ginormous, right? Yes, that is not a word, I know, but ginormous, right? And like printing even something small on a big printer with these small 500 gram resins, you probably won't get anywhere. And the reason why is it takes so much resin to cover the vat that would just about cover it in some of the really big printers. So if you're only sticking to small components, you really don't need a really big printer. You need a small printer. So the size of the printer you want should be dictated by the type of content you want to print. Well, at least this has done more. Carl, that is a very true statement. And I only got notified today, actually, after 2.5 months or so, that once I got the CR10 Smart, they've actually shipped the replacement board to me today. Now, they said it's gone to shipping. It'll probably take a week at shipping before an actual shipping number is generated. And then it'll take another week or more to get the part out to me. And that came out of me bombarding these guys on their support group, to get the part out to me. So even though I was reviewing the machine, it's still a paperweight. It's sitting right there on a shelf, on the bottom shelf over here. It hasn't been powered up since the live stream. Because I tried a few, actually, the day of the live stream, I opened it up, I tried to do some diagnostics. Everything came down to the board not activating. So anything seems to be better in this. Well, some of the guys are getting really good results with the CR10 Smart with firmware updates. My board died live on stream, so I have to when the new board comes in, I will get it set up, test it, make sure it works, and then I'll do an update video on it once I get it printing. But let's see what happens afterwards. Yeah, I agree. Finally, it came in. That was a painful process. I know Banggood said they were waiting on the parts to come in, But in all fairness, it's a main board. You could walk over to another printer that's in a box, pull the board out, ship it, and return the printer back to Creality where you got it, saying, this is missing a main board, or I had to replace the main board, please give me a new one. They're in this, like, it can't be that hard. You're in the same country, for God's sake. You know? So, can anybody hear the noise out of this? Does anybody hear the noise coming from this printer? The Z, wait for the movement to move. The Z to move. 1 second. 3,000 for the garage wiring. That sounds about right if you're doing a lot of work in there. That's why I say you should lay the wires yourself, get it all in place, and then have someone come in and make the connections for you. That way, then you save yourself a fortune. Half of that's probably the cost of wire as well, because you have to use a heavy gauge wire. But that's in my case, tripod. I would actually wire it myself, and then have somebody come in to put the wire in place and check, and then have a quick check of everything, and just connect it to the and they. But you have to drop a. Yes, it is loud. John, you have to drop an extension to your breaker board. That's probably, there's money involved in that too. But I would have probably, I'd wire it up myself and then ask somebody to come and check it for me. I just get a city to come in and certify it, because that's all the electrician is going to do. He's going to check stuff, and then he's going to schedule the city inspector to come in and check to make sure everything's good, or the electrical company, whoever does your checks. I would send my son over. He's a Sparky. Okay, stick him on the plane. I'm sure John will be happy. But he has to learn all the US codes. The European codes are probably higher. So you all hear how noisy this is. Let me bring the. Now I'm 3 feet away, 2 feet from it. And it's not horrible. It's only when the Z moves, but you hear it for sure. I know everything is unions and license and permits. I know how it is. I've got some work done, but what I did is I did it myself here, and I got a buddy of mine to check it, and then we called the city, and then the city inspector signed off on it. So this is printing, as you can see. You have the close-up view. You can see the layers that are going down. This is only a small little model that came with it, but they're saying it's going to take about 3 hours to print, because this is not a mono screen. It is a 2K, but it's RGB. So anyone have any questions on it? The price, they sent me the price of this. Let me check on my email, 1 second. This machine is going to be going on sale, and it's not on sale yet, but will be going on sale. Let me check my email. Let me see. No, well, each state has different. Carl, each state has some variations to regulations, but there are often small variations. But there are some. But each state has the same requirements. You have to be. They're mostly unionized, or they're almost all unionized. They're almost all. You have to seek permits and licenses to get anything done in the house, and then you have to also get the permits, and then you have to get the city. Once it's installed, the city inspector needs to come and inspect the work and sign off on it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this machine is going to be going on sale. The retailer price, they said, will be $229 to $249. They haven't decided on it yet for this machine. So that's how much it's going to be going on sale for, and that's USD. So they haven't put it out yet. As I said, there's no documentation. They have not even anything on their website about this machine yet. I think I'm the first person to show it, as far as I know. The states are different on the regulations a little bit, but the process is pretty much the same, I think, in most states. But yeah, so $239 to $242, or so $229 to $249 is what this will be sold for, is what they're saying. So, Yeah, Carl, in the US, you said everything's regulated the same in the UK. That's because everything's under one agency. Everything's governed under a single agency. In the US, each state has its own. You have federal laws and federal regulations, and then below that you have state. The state can add and go tougher on some of those regulations. You can't go lighter, but you can go tougher on them, and a lot of states do that. It depends, and so each state will vary. Man, this is probably the loudest resin I have. It's a nice looking resin though. It looks pretty. I like the way the FEP is attached. So it's doing 8 seconds per layer after the first few are done. I want to see if I hear the pop sound as it lifts. Okay, I heard the FEP separating, so that means it's printing. Okay. So, any questions? Any comments? Or we've been going for just over an hour now. Half of it was me in the other room slicing this thing because it was. So I'll have to feed back to them that their profile is bad. They need to fix their profile. Have you seen the WiseTech L6 resin? No, I have not. But actually, I've seen pictures of it. And it kind of looks like it. I agree. It kind of looks like it. But in all fairness, they all look alike. They're doing a similar function. How much can you diversify away from the design? Like, you can make it look like an egg. Like this kind of does nice, smooth, nice round curves on it. You can make it look like a box, like some of the others that I have. They look very boxy. But all it's doing is moving the Z-axis up and down and dipping it into resin. So there are limitations to what you can do with the design. I don't know. There's one or two companies out there who are on FDM who are exploring pellet extruders, but they're very expensive right now. And they look like a normal Cartesian printer. The only difference is they have basically what it's like. Looks like a funnel on top and a tube going down into the printhead, and the printhead is a pellet extruder. Yeah, I haven't seen. I've seen pictures of it. I haven't seen any videos or any reviews on it, but I have seen pictures of it, and they are very, very like a lot of. They're trying to get rid of this boxy look, and trying to make the shape of something look more natural curves and so on something. Is my guess. Yeah, that is not a quite printer. But it doesn't need to be because it's doing resin and it only moves the Z up and down a few times. What layer are we on? 3%. And we have over 3 hours. It's a 3-hour print. I don't spend an awful time at Kickstarter because there's a lot out in Kickstarter. And it's not always stuff. A lot of it's stuff I'm not interested in. I've gotten a couple of. They haven't come. I got a couple of Kickstarter machines. They have not reached out to me about doing one of their Kickstarter, so I'm sure they have their own reviewers. But I haven't seen any reviews out on it yet. But I don't know. The one thing I would change in this, I don't like the ABS vat. I really don't like ABS vats. Vats should be aluminum. And this is an ABS vat. And I know it saves money, but I've seen with another printer, which will be nameless because I was asked to test it and not review it, but beta test it. And I found issues with that other printer. And the ABS vat, when I use an ABS resin in the vat, dissolved some of the top coating of the vat. And I'm not a fan of ABS vats because of that. Normally I wouldn't mind, but the lining of the vat melted because of the ABS resin. So You went with the Skins regular resin. This is an ABS resin, ABS style resin. It's not actually ABS, but it's ABS style resin. This white one that I offered to do. But I have seen ABS resins dissolve the surface of an ABS vat, so I don't like those. I think all vats should be aluminum. There is a company out there who is actually making ceramic vats now. They make it for other manufacturers, and they make it whatever color you want. It's ceramic, and it's so easy to clean because you don't have to deal with the aluminum. You don't have to deal with no ridges. It's smooth. It's very, very easy to clean out. Because it's ceramic, the resin will just flow off it. That one might be a good fit for this, and they're cheap to make as well because they cast them, the ceramic vats. So no questions, nothing at all. We're not going to wait for this to print because this is going to take 3 hours, and we're not going to sit around here for 3 hours. Now let's see what options we have during the print while we're here. So it's doing 8 bottom layers, 10 bottom layers. Okay, so you can't really change much. And you don't want to shorten it anyway. You don't want to shorten that exposure time when it's doing because it's a, if this was a 4K or it was a mono screen, it'd be 1, 2, 3 seconds per layer, but it's 8, so it's definitely not it's not a mono screen for sure. No final questions, no final input. Please share, help me over. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, I agree with what Jerry just said. Yes, like, subscribe, ding that bell, share it out with your friends. Go check out my other content and also that they've already out there. I do have a couple of more machines already lined up. They're not here yet, but there are some stuff coming my way, and I will be doing some more content on those. I will be doing more on my CR10 Smart when the CR10 Smart replacement parts come in, because it did die live on stream, so I will be doing some more there. Matt, see you later, alligator. I plan to do some work on my Ender 5 Plus. I'm actually going to set up my Ender 5 Plus. Well, my goal is to set up my Ender 5 Plus, which prints fantastic, by the way, right? I'm saying it prints fantastic. I'm going to get it set up with Clipper on running my Ender 5 Plus. And it's got the stock 8-bit board, but there is a way to do it. So I'm actually going to put Clipper on my Ender 5 Plus. So there is going to be a video coming up on doing that. And there's a process involved, but it's going to be fun. And I'm actually I'm going to consider turning my Creality Wi-Fi box into a Clipper box, which can also be done. You have to reload the firmware into it, but there's a way of doing it. So I'm actually going to consider doing that. And I may even combine the Wi-Fi box to my Ender 5 Plus and have the Wi-Fi box as my Clipper drive, my Clipper controller from my Ender 5 Plus. All with stock settings, all with stock hardware. No changes to screen, no changes to the main board, nothing. All stock. Dominic, I print prototypes for small mechanical parts with tight tolerances. Will a resin printer work as well or better than FDM? It will work. You'll get really nice quality test parts out, but it depends on the stresses you're putting on the part. If it's going to be a size and fit, resin will print it fast. If it's going to be, you want to put it under strain and actually use the part, depending on how it's going to be used, FDM may be better. Resins tend to be more brittle. You can get ABS type or tough resins that actually that have a little bit more flex in them, like ABS does, and they will not break as easy. But certain FDM materials actually do provide stronger parts because resins tend to be more brittle. But if you want to finally look and touch and finish and fit, resin is really good. And you can do it with FDM with less post-processing. But if you want to get an output of something you're actually going to be mechanically using, some resins will be okay. You can get tougher resins that will allow for that. But FDM is often better, like PETG, printing with ABS on FDM. You can print with PC and so on FDM, which actually are stronger parts than a resin would be. Now, saying that, resin has got a higher temperature tolerance in most cases because it won't melt. Resin tends to go from being hard to being burnt to burning. It generally is not really a melting material. Okay, so Carl, you're going to use the cloud box with the clipper. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing that with my Ender 5 Plus because it's a small little box. It's really small and tidy, and I can actually wire it into the power supply because it uses so little power. I can just put a buck converter in there and just run it straight off the mains, so I can actually put it into the case and make it part of the printer underneath. You don't even see it. So, does that answer your question, Dominic, or not? Just in case you're wondering why I'm looking over here, I have a big screen here with the. I'm old, so I have a big screen here with the text, so it's easier for to read, but at a distance. I'm going to see if this still is separating. Let me see if I can hear the lift. I heard a little bit of peeling. That's a good sign. Yeah, it's just doing support. So this is going to take hours to run. So I think if there's no other questions about the printer or no other questions about getting this about the machine itself or in general printing, let me know. And I said, let's see, looking forward to the Clipper video. Yeah, well, I haven't used Clipper. I know other people who've used Clipper a lot more than I have, and there are a lot of advantages, especially in the algorithms it uses for printing and so on, like pressure advance and so on. So I might break it up into doing the Creality Wi-Fi box as a Clipper box first of all, and then do the Clipper on that and see if they work. And if not, I'll switch over to a Pi. So I'll actually go between a Pi and that. I'll have both of them ready, and then try one. If it doesn't work with one, and then I'll switch over and use the Pi. But it'd be nice to use a Creality Wi-Fi box because I can just mount it up inside the printer, and it disappears. And I can just it goes out. It's out of the way because it's in its own case, so it's actually protected. Carl, exactly what that's my plan. Right. I need to feed the kids as they're hungry and keep telling me so. Yeah. All right, Carl. I'll be on. Yes. To those who don't know, Jerry 3DHP which is 3D hobby painting or hobby painting and printing, I believe. Jerry is actually having a hangout this afternoon at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. East Coast time. He starts, so check it out. And also tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. East Coast time, D with 3D Canada is actually doing work on his rat rig, and he's getting close to the finish line. He's almost finished with the actual build itself, and he's approaching the point now where it's finishing off the wiring and getting ready to actually start working on the software. So check out Jerry's as well as Jerry's hangout this afternoon. I will be there. Check out D with Tim's stream this evening. He's building the 500 by 500 by 500 rat rig. It's a monster, so check it out. It looks like a fantastic machine. Everyone is singing its praises, so I often go in there and hang out with him on his stream, so check it out. And I will see you out there, guys. And Tim's at 5 o'clock today. 5 o'clock Canadian time, isn't that, Jerry? Or is it 5 o'clock your time? So Jerry's is in 3.5 hours, which is 4 o'clock, right? Eastern. And Tim is at 5 o'clock. Is that 5 o'clock his time, or I'm not sure. Just check him out. D with 3D Canada. He's on YouTube. Just DWIT 3D, and you'll find him out there. And again, Jerry's. Check out Jerry's as well, because there's two. Everyone's going to be hanging out and doing stuff today. Come join us. Hang out, have fun, chat, make fun of each other, which is what we do half the time anyway. And guys, thank you. It's been fun. 9 p.m. UK time. Okay, it's been fun as always, and I hope to see you out there for lots more printing, lots more unboxings. I have more coming up. I have a couple of things en route to me, and I will see you out there. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, guys, and stay printing. Have a good one, and I'll see you in Jerry's stream this evening. Bye.